Look, y'all, I've been wanting to say this for a long time. Okay? Long time. This might not even be a long video, so don't even sit here and expect something deep to come out of this, right? But this is important. It no longer make you a tough guy. As far as in the community of those who claim to be Bible believers and servants of the Most High God and all that other stuff, and it no longer make you a tough spiritual guy to point out the falsehoods in the Christian church. It no longer make you a tough spiritual guy to point out every little wicked deed of false prophets. It no longer make you a tough spiritual guy to talk about all the rituals and things like that going on in the pulpit, which a lot of that stuff do need to be called out, because a lot of people are getting ready and have been leading the body of Christ to the beast, claiming that they're doing a service to God. Some people really don't know better. I'm gonna just be all the way for real. Some people don't know better, right? But it no longer make you a tough guy to sit around and pointing out all this bubblegum Christianity and all this teddy bear Bible stuff, and it don't make you a tough guy to point that out. All you need is two eyes and a mouthpiece. Look, I hate to sound like devil's advocate, although I'm not. I'm keeping it real. Unless somebody say this, nobody would get it. The Christian church at large, and I mean at large, I'm not speaking for everybody, but what I'm saying is, if you took the whole thing and bunched it all together, if you took everything Bible believer and bunched it all together, the vast majority of it has no power. It don't think so, but I guarantee you, once things really get to moving, they're gonna be the first running. I guarantee you, when their life is on the line, they gonna end up calling upon a God they did not know they were not serving. They gonna end up calling upon a God that don't exist, because they've been serving the true God in unbiblical way, which to God is the same thing as another God, right? How do you know that? Okay, let's go back to the book of Exodus. Golden calf. This is your God who's led you out of Egypt. Most High. Hey, Moses, your people perverting their ways and serving another God. I'm going to go ahead and kill them all off and just start over with you. Heck, I mean, they called him by the right name. I mean, they got the right event. They just, right? So the right name, the right God, the right scriptures, unbiblical way. Hey, that's another God, right? But it no longer make you a tough guy to sit here and point at all this. Like, it don't make you a tough guy to talk about Mike Todd and prosperity gospel and this false preacher and that false preacher and this. Look, man, like, that's all bubblegum stuff as it is. Like, it don't make you a tough guy to sit around here popping bubbles. It don't. It just really don't. For real. How about this, right? How about you stand up and speak out against the serpent seed? How about you stand up and say something against the serpent seed? How about you stand on the truth even at the expense of your own life, in the face of the dragon? See, everybody think they a tough guy until it's time to go confront a dragon. Everybody think they a tough guy until it's time to stand against the whole world and the dragon. The whole world, not just these little hypocrite pastors. And look, man, shut up, dude. Look, man, nobody care about no hypocrite pastors. Like, what the heck? Don't nobody care about that mess no more, man. All that stuff is dead. All your tithing is a lie. And look, bro, that's dead. We know. But what about the dragon? I mean, you out here fighting an invisible enemy, and the dragon is still on the loose. I mean, like, you out here fighting lower than low-level peons, and the dragon is still on the loose. I mean, he got you caught up over this, and he all the way over there doing that. Bring me the dragon. No, like, look, like, I'm not about to be sitting over here making videos about false prophets all day, and it's like, yeah, that stuff need to be called out, because vast amounts of people still get deceived by the smallest deceptions. Whole life on the line over something is easy to point out as the rapture before tribulation. It's like, look, y'all still believe that? Come on. Man, y'all way off. Y'all are so far behind on what God is doing. It's crazy. But at the same time, where do all these deceptions come from? No, it don't come from false prophets. It come from the dragon. It come from the synagogue of Satan. It come from the serpent seed. It come from the demons. It come from the church of Satan. It come from the devils, the wicked rulers of this world. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. Just take me to the source, bro. Take me to the source. I got beef with the dragon. I ain't got no beef with no dude that probably don't know better. I got beef with the dragon. Yeah. And if I die with my boots on and my sword in his ankle at least. Hey, most of y'all won't get that far. And they overcame him. Who did they overcome? The dragon. They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives even unto death. The dragon. No, they ain't overcome false prophets. No, they ain't overcome hypocrites. No, they ain't overcome politics. No, they ain't overcome peons. No, they overcame the dragon. Where is your energy targeted to? Something that's going to be rose up anyway? All right, look, you go after one, they rise up another one. But there's only one dragon. Heck, you go after one false prophet, here go 3 more. Right? I mean, he'll tailor make another one just for you. He'll tailor make a deception just for you. Fresh delusions, hot and fresh off the dang on griddle. He'll tailor make a suit just for you. But you over here worried about the suit, and you ain't worried about the dragon that's animating the suit. Everybody, oh, we got another false prophet to expose today. Look, all of that ain't tough guy stuff no more. Like, come on, yo. We at the end of the world. It's always going to be a false prophet. Like, y'all can't burn a bunch of fuel on this. Oh, I'm going to expose this brother and that brother and that brother and that brother. But where is that brother getting his doctrine from? I dare you to confront that brother's masters. Nah, you ain't doing that, is you? Because you scared. You too scared to stand up against the dragon. You too scared to be called this and called that and made to look like a hateful person and all this other stuff. And here it is, you love people enough to lay your life on the line and go after the dragon. All this back and forth, and yeah, I'm about to pick apart every word this brother said. Man, shut up, dude. Shut up. It don't take no power to do that. Heck, they ain't got no power anyway. It's too many doctrines of demons wrapped up in that for them to have power. And you over here taking the oil in your lamp and sacrificing it to beings with no power. Look, man. Like, man, look, like, how about you go confront the Pope? Like, how about you go do that? Right? How about you go stand right in the middle of the synagogue of Satan and say everything the Lord tells you to say, even at the expense of your freedom? Nah, you can't do that, can you? No. God's gonna... No, that's unwise, brother. That's unwise. Right, like, how come every time something can really cost you something, now it's unwise, but the stuff that won't cost you nothing, in fact, you might get a lot of followers or something like that from it, now you godly superhero? Huh? Huh? How about you go stand right in front of the White House? Huh? Nah, you can't do that. No, you can't do it. No, how about you go stand right in front of the Federal Reserve and call them out for all their hypocrisy? Nah, you can't do that. Nah, see, no, they'd end my whole bloodline. Of course they would. But those who know their God would do exploits. Nah, you can't touch me. And no, I'm not standing out in front of no Federal Reserve, man. Like I'm just saying, like, I'm calling out the big wigs here. Y'all over here worried about Mike Todd and Kenneth Copeland and all that stuff, man. Like, look, bruh. Look, man. Like, how about you go confront the person that owned the Bible college he learned from? Huh, how about you go do that? No. See, I can't do that because I still got skiing in the game here. And look, man, it don't make y'all a tough guy. It don't make you a tough guy to be sitting around here like always at war with people. It's just people. What about the dragon? Huh? Oh, it's them people. Oh, it's them people. Oh, no, them people are a real problem. Them people. Man, forget them. And they just people in the eyes of God. He can flip this whole world upside down. Nobody scared of no people. How do you care? Hey, who's the God of them people? The dragon. All right, so let's go after him. No, that's unwise. No, I don't think God's calling me to do that. Man, look, you a punk. Heck, man, look, you ain't grew to hate your life yet. I have. I don't care about it. Like, forget it. Throw the whole thing away. I'm sick of it. I'll go after the dragon. And if I die, I die with my boots on and my sword in his ankle, at least. And heck, y'all too scared. See, look, it gives you a lot of boldness when you know who you are. It gives you a lot of boldness when you know God's will for your life, and you sitting there saying to yourself, well, if that's your will for my life, that means I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here to see the great tribulation unfold. I'm going to be here to see all these churches that think they serving God be the headquarters of the mark of the beast being passed out. I'm going to be here to see all these people believing that the Antichrist is Christ and then somehow using the Bible to justify it. I'm going to be here to see this. If that's your will for my life, that means I'm living. And I know tomorrow ain't promised. Heck, I can do something wrong and be called out any day of the week. I already know a lot of promises are conditional. Or the promised land was conditional. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get that. But you must got a way for me to stay here. And therefore, what? Hey, look, it's sky's the limit at that point. It's sky's the limit. And heck, yeah, the dragon's scary. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Yeah, he is. But you know what? My worst fear has already come upon me in my life. I thought that I stood there before the throne of God. I went to sleep one night. And I went to sleep mad and angry at God. This was like 8 years ago. I was so mad at God for letting some things happen in my life. I couldn't understand it. And I'm sitting there saying all this letting my sins go, and all this crucifying the flesh, and all this praying, and all this fasting, and all this, and you still turn my life into a living hell. I was mad at him. I went to bed angry. And next thing I know, I was standing before the throne of God. I thought I died in my anger. I thought I died in my sin. That was the end of my world as I knew it right there. Ain't nothing scary to me. Ain't nothing as scary as thinking you're dead unexpectedly, knowing dang on well If you left right now, you would be outside the will of God. Nah, like you ain't getting into heaven mad at God like that. It's no, no, buddy. But like he knew I didn't understand. But after that, I'm like, you know what? I already thought I was on my way to hell. That day, I already thought he was getting ready to say, depart from me. And he looked me in my eyes and said, I understand you don't understand. I'm the one that's fighting for you. I'm like, that's it? Like, that's it? You ain't gonna tell me this or tell me that? Nah, like, I understand you don't understand. I'm the one that's fighting for you. I'm like, oh, well, for real? Heck. But that's a game changer then. And heck, destroy the whole life. Look, like, I'm sick of it anyway. If that's how you know how to fight for me, I guess that's just what it is, dude. Right? But look, like the dragon might be scared. Like that stuff might seem like it could end your world. But unless you know what it's like to think you died in your sin and ended up standing before the throne of God, ain't nothing more creeped out than that, bro. Nothing. It's over for me. I seen too much. I can't pretend like life as I know it is just so happy and bliss. No, it's not. No, it's not. You don't understand the sobriety and the seriousness of this stuff. Like I'm not about to sit around here doing all this all the time. It's a waste of my time. People die in their sins all day because of the dragon. The dragon. And y'all think I got time to be sitting around here going back and forth with somebody that's deceived already? Huh?
Am I good to ride over your hose here?
Yep. Go ahead. And y'all think I'm about to be going back and forth with people that's deceived? I'm not. I tell them the truth and I'll move on. Show me the dragon. Show me the dragon. Peace.